It is day 2 of our visit to Kentucky, and we woke up yet again around 4:30 a.m. to begin the 3.5-hour journey south towards Chattanooga, Tennessee. On today's adventure, we'd be chasing Southern Steam Locomotive 4501, a 282 steam locomotive that the TVRM uses on its Summerville Steam Special train. Their other Southern Steam engine, 630, was supposed to join 4501 and doublehead, but unfortunately didn't happen due to some last-minute maintenance needing to be done. But besides that, it didn't stop us from having a fun chase of 4501 leading the Summerville Special. So join me as we chase 4501 on Summerville Special and everything else that TVRM has to offer. Our first train of the day would not be a TVRM train, but instead it would be NS-29A, racing south with a pair of NS C6M rebuilds. We chased the train south a little bit more before finally catching back up to it. We then continued south as we were about 45 minutes out from our first spot of seeing 4501, and around 8:40 a.m. we arrived. The first train we saw was not the Summerville Special, but instead the Missionary Ridge, shuttling people back and forth between the station and the TVRM shops, and giving them history and background of the Chattanooga area. About half an hour later, 4501 departs Chattanooga headed southbound towards Summerville. We cross the border into Georgia and wait about an hour before 4501 finally shows up. We get back in the car and continue further south to our next spot and waited about 15 minutes until 4501 showed up. We continue further south to our next spot. I'm not sure what happened here, but I got burned by something, and it hurt quite a bit. As we continued south, more and more people were gathering to see 4501 running. It was here at Rock Spring, Georgia that a lot of people were parked and waiting to see 4501 pass through town. We positioned ourselves near an old whistle post and waited for 4501 to come through town. We get out of Rock Spring and continue south and pull off at a rural grade crossing. These tracks are former Central of Georgia, but today it is now owned by the Genesee in Wyoming, with TVRM having trackage rights to Somerville. We drive down to our next spot but barely make it to the spot we were hoping for because the parking lot got blocked by some idiot who had a pickup truck and trailer blocking the only entrance. So we had to make a run for it and run back to the vehicle, which wasn't too good considering it was reaching around 90 degrees. We pulled off to the side of the road to do a quick grab shot of 4501, then continued on to a railroad crossing further south of here. The railroad crossing we picked had a nice mechanical bell, which me and my buddies really enjoyed. We then headed south to our next shot that we absolutely wanted, 4501 with some semaphore signals, located at Lafayette, Georgia. I'm not sure if these were custom made or what, but they don't look like a regular semaphore signal. We then continued southward and waited about 20 minutes for 4501 to show up in the hot Georgia sun. But it wasn't terrible weather at all, which was nice. It's just the hot temperatures that got to us. We went to another crossing a bit further south to catch 4501. I'm not sure what it is, but somewhere along these spots I got bit up terribly by mosquitoes, and it was a pain to walk for a few days. It was a very easy chase considering they only do 25 miles per hour at most, which allowed us to get multiple shots of it. Here we're getting a pacing shot of it as it heads south. We then headed to a bridge about a minute south of our location and got it going across the bridge. There were some LED lights on the bridge with colors of the American flag. We went to an RV parking lot which had a crosswalk next to it, so we pulled up here and watched it roll by as it was getting closer to the outskirts of its final destination of Summerville, Georgia. Due to a major accident, we got stuck behind rerouting traffic, which delayed us to this spot, and we just got to it as 4501 rolled through. Oh well, I guess. So we decided to try getting over to Summerville Depot, and it was jammed up with cars, so we tried our best to park and watched as 4501 pulled into Summerville. Then they ran it around the train onto the turntable, which was the main attraction of our chase. But due to a wasp's nest in the turntable cabin, they had to knock it down, which took about 5 to 10 minutes. But nonetheless, it got onto the turntable just fine and spun around to lead the train back north.
Oh, hello. Oh, wow, yeah, it's really right. Yeah, it could be in our wallpaper. This picture right here.
We ran to the other side of the turntable to catch it pull off. After they pulled it off, we went over to McDonald's for lunch. While we were in McDonald's for lunch, we heard NS 733 going north towards Chattanooga, so we hurried back to Chattanooga as fast as we could to catch it, and pulled into a gravel parking lot just in time to see its head end roll by. We walked up a little gravel path to get to the tracks and waited for the main attraction of the train, a Montana Rail-Link SD70 ACE number 4303. BNSF recently bought MRL so they could have a direct route without using trackage rights. Now these SD70s roam around on BNSF on anything, and occasionally go to other railroads like this one did. After that, we went back over to the TVRM and caught the Missionary Ridge again, going to the TVRM shops. We then went over to the TVRM and looked around at all the equipment. Then the Missionary Ridge showed up once again. We went back to the area we first started our day at and saw 4501 coming back north from Somerville, working hard as they worked up a steep grade into Chattanooga. Then the dinner train showed up with Southern 5000 leading. Then after this video is over, my phone dies. So this wraps up day 2 of our Kentucky visit. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, etc. Anyways, I will see you guys in day 3, when we roam around the NSCNO and TP with some other friends we know. So, I will see you guys tomorrow for day 3. Thanks for watching.